This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, trying to be the creator of a network and trying to run business and doing what we've done for many years now, it's not an easy task. You know, there's a lot of mental strain that goes into it, and oftentimes you need somebody to talk to. Whether or not you ever thought about therapy, there are so many benefits to it. It's helpful learning about positive coping skills and how to set boundaries and all these things that empower us and make us stronger to navigate life. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/traphouse today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/traphouse. When I was young, I had a friend who owned a moped. Of course, I had to use it. So as I'm riding around the shopping center, I'm making a left. One car decides to cut off another, and long story short, I end up in a brick wall. I probably should have checked out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. With Morgan & Morgan, you could submit a claim without even having to leave your couch. In 8 clicks or less, you could submit a claim to Morgan & Morgan. If you've ever been injured, you could check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/trap or dial #law. That's #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/trap or #law. That's #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Tripping better than slipping.
Welcome to the trap.
But sometimes we be tripping.
Welcome to the trap, where we joke and rap, gut busting laughs, hand slapping laps.
Girl, slap your loud.
Get you through your day. And it's free of cost.
I'm so cheap.
Don't you laugh too loud.
No.
Don't get fired by your boss.
File unemployment.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Comedy Trap House. I'm your host, Rome Green Jr. In the building with me, I got Cam.
Yerp.
I got Emmanuel.
What's up?
You know we got Mike Mendez on the boards.
Hello.
Mike,
you
turn
gotta
off
do
your
it.
mic.
That's it, Mike. You're done.
Until we get this
You're
down,
done.
just turn off
You're
the
done.
mic.
You gonna come in here with hello. What type of shit is going on here? And of course, we have a very, very special guest. Last time we seen this guy was the last podcast we did in the other studio, which was right before COVID.
And I fucking missed that
Yeah,
podcast.
you missed that
I was so mad. Everybody was like, oh man, you ain't that
That's what made it good.
That's what.
That's what made it good.
That's what made it hell of a
Man, fuck
You know,
y'all.
this is our resident Asian doctor in everything we have.
Consistent.
Y'all give it up for our homie, our good friend David So in the building. Y'all,
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying?
Buddy.
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Good, man. I'm your guys' diversity call. That's the fucking funny shit. Y'all
It's
got black
between
people over here.
between you and Tim.
That's it. That's really about it. The 2 fucking blackest Asians on YouTube.
I told him me and you going to do his.
Oh yeah,
He's ready to do his.
This is a fucking like interracial ass situation.
We got
the blacks
Mexican.
over here. We got Mexicans. We got Koreans. We got,
we here.
And the blacks finally outweigh the rest of them. Let's go, baby.
I'll tell you what, that's some good ass food.
Oh yeah. That's solid. That's solid, man. So how you been in these? We ain't seen you since quarantine. I mean, since
Good, man. I caught COVID. That was tight.
yeah,
I fucking love that
That
shit.
was good.
Yeah.
You now did you catch it here or were you out or you?
Well, I caught it from my. Here's the shit, right? Like, so I was on this whole thing of like, yo, make sure you guys socially distance. You don't know what the fuck is happening, and that fucking Logan and not Logan Paul when he first boxed. Who the fuck did he box?
KSI.
Or some shit like that. I think
Yeah.
it was one of those boxing matches, and I got invited. I was like, there ain't gonna be a lot of people there. Bro, there was like 30 people there.
That's it.
And then the one person that gave it to me was the guy who threw the fucking party. And this dude was fucking cooking up steak and slicing it. He was like, here, you want to try this? Grabbed it with his hand and stuck it in my mouth. And I caught COVID.
He's like, hey, who wants massages? Hey, y'all.
He was white, huh?
Nah, he was Chinese. I'm not even lying,
Dog. Oh my God.
bro. Wuhan Bart. That's what I call him. Homie Bart. Shout out to my homie Bart. dude.
That's
Shout out to
funny.
Bart.
That's
What do
hilarious.
they call the first person that gets like the virus? Like they call them like
The super spreader? I don't know.
Oh,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
oh, yeah,
some,
oh,
some
was-
shit like that.
I was so pissed off at him, dude. I was so mad.
Now, but when did you realize you had like once you got like to the house or
So
like how?
a week after that, I started feeling all funky.
Yeah,
like low
yeah.
energy or whatever. And then recently I bought like 20 little in-home kit tests. I had a hookup
Gotcha.
for it. Because I wanted to bring guests into the podcast.
Yeah.
But then I was moving the podcast to the house and the lady didn't want me to bring people in without testing them.
Mm-hmm.
So I did one on myself. I read it and I was like, oh, I don't have it. And then I looked at the instructions and I was like, oh, I do have it. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, I do have it.
Blue means you have it.
Yeah, but the in-home tests aren't 100% accurate. None of them are, but
Yeah.
this one is not as accurate as if you go in and get it done for you on you, right? So I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I have it yet. I just feel a little tighter, so I went to a hotel and I booked a hotel room for like 10 days, right? I was like, just in case, because she was freaking the fuck out. She didn't even ask if I was okay. She goes, get the fuck out.
Gotcha.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I love
If you die, then I won't see you. But if you do, you live, you come on back.
I was pissed when she said that though, because she wasn't like, I was like, yo, I think I have COVID. She
Yeah.
literally said, you have to leave. I'm like, the fuck? Are you okay? Are you gonna die? Do you have symptoms? The fuck? And so
All the things she would have said to you if you told her the same.
Exactly. dude.
Yeah.
And so I kicked her in the stomach. No. But I got to the hotel room, and I was like, the first thing I thought, I shit you not, was I'm in a hotel room away from my lady for 10 days. I'm jacking off and I'm eating food.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
That's standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Queued up and
You,
stuff.
you know what? That's funny you said that. We were just talking this weekend. We was like, we gotta stop being ashamed because we was like, ain't nothing worse than you being in the middle of a jack off and like if you got a roommate, they knock on your door and you like, hold on, let me. We say, you know what? You guys just start calling out or send a message. Hey fellas, I'm about to be masturbating for a little bit, so I need you to do not disturb me for a little while.
See, but the thing is, people don't listen, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to let them open the door. Just let them open the door. Let them see you just come nut everywhere. And then you'll be like, now you learned your lesson.
Don't come back in here. I sent out a message.
Yeah.
It's the do not disturb jack off sign. Leave
Yep.
me alone.
Get a little bit on the shoes.
The funny
fuck
thing
'em up
about
for the rest of the year.
it, if you want to break from your girl from now on, you know what to do now. I got COVID.
That's what I'm gonna say.
But what was your symptoms though?
So check it out. So the first day I'm there, I'm like, oh, I feel pretty fucking good. Like
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I'm chilling. So I order this fat ass order from Fat Burger, right? I get the double cheese shit, everything.
Yeah.
I get lemon pepper wings, which they do have, and I got
They
lemon.
were so fucking black.
Lemon pepper wings. Did you get your black ass out of here?
Did you get the milkshake?
I did get a milkshake, but hold on. So I got the lemon pepper wings, I got the ranch, the fucking sauce, and everything, right? So I get my Sprite, I drink it. I'm like, they didn't put enough syrup in this shit. Whatever, I put it down. I bite the wing. I'm like, this shit ain't seasoned enough. Fuck this shit. Right?
This shit ain't seasoned enough.
And I'm chilling, and I take a second bite. I taste nothing.
Oh.
I'm like, I have COVID. I lost my fucking
wow.
taste. And then, like, the room
Cause
started
then you
closing in.
Didn't you film that or you didn't? Because I remember
I filmed me eating spicy food.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I started freaking the fuck out
Yeah.
because that's half my joy. Was eating whatever the fuck I wanted, getting like fucking room service and chilling in this room. Because you could only jack off for so long.
Yeah.
Like after the first day,
Yeah, you like,
I'm done. Like the libido's not the same anymore. The motherfucker wouldn't get up. He just gave up on me.
things look different.
He lost his sister Jack.
I had COVID dick. I was so sad.
His dick was like, get off me. I'm sick too.
My fucking dick just bucked at me. Bro, so after the second day, like you don't have anything. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
jacking off anymore. I'm in this room by myself. And so I'm not even fucking exaggerating. I was on the 10th floor looking out into the street. I got so sad. I literally stared outside that window for 5 hours until the sun went down. And just waiting for people to come by. But because it was COVID, nobody was walking by.
Dog.
So I just stared out the fucking window all day.
It
Your
just looks
girl
like
didn't call you for support? Or
No.
say something? God damn.
no way. No, she called.
She
you.
had to call.
So I had to call her for
need
her
to
to
end it.
drop off some stuff here and there. But this woman, she treated me like I had like the worst disease ever. She fucking dropped it off at my door. She goes, come and get it when I'm 10 feet away.
Oh,
And
all
she
right.
just scurries off like a fucking rat.
You have leprosy.
I didn't feel love. I didn't feel protected. Nothing.
So by day 5, were you at insane?
Hey, can I just say this? I cried.
Enough for that. I mean, I
cried.
I can feel that.
Like this is how I know I can't do prison. I cannot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a hotel room.
You can't do solitary confinement.
Nothing.
But no, it just being locked in, like just into that shit.
I need sunlight. I need something. So I couldn't do shit. So I just sat there, and there was a moment I fucking teared up. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna die here," even though I could walk out whenever I fucking want, which was so ridiculous. But there was a moment on like the 8th day where like 2% of my taste came back. And so I was FaceTiming my friends because I was so sad. And then I had this like banana yogurt that I put in my mouth, and I tasted like a little bit of it.
Like just a hint.
Fucking tears came down. Bro, and they saw me on FaceTime crying. They're like, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I could taste banana cream pie."
That shit, because it's scary. A lot of people, some people still haven't gotten their full taste back. Some people still haven't gotten.
Dude, just die.
It's just like
My thing is, if you can't get your taste, you just eat healthy now, like purely healthy. So
but the joy, it's the joy of it. You know what I'm saying?
The joy gone. So
oh man, that's tough. That's
you gotta find love in
eat a bunch of stuff I don't like already. That's super healthy.
I ate salad and soup. I lost 10 pounds while I was in quarantine. I looked fucking nice.
COVID was the best thing to happen
to my body, because check this shit out. Like all the stuff that you enjoy that's really unhealthy, the reason why you're okay with it is because it tastes fucking good.
It tastes good.
But when you have no taste and all the stuff that's bad for you, you feel it. It feels like shit, which is I didn't expect that. So I was trying to eat chocolate chips. I was trying to eat this stuff,
wasn't.
But it made me feel terrible.
So you just feeling the negative repercussions outside of the taste,
exactly,
without the satisfaction.
Yeah, the satisfaction.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
The human body is nuts, man. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, you lose 10 pounds like easy just getting COVID. If you got fat and you had COVID, you're a piece of shit. Like I don't know how you fucking getting fat when you don't have taste buds and shit. You fucking
that is
trash bag.
hilarious.
What the fuck are you doing with yourself, dude?
So you could.
I like hot dogs.
You couldn't taste or smell.
I couldn't taste or smell shit.
Yeah.
So I got that one chip challenge chip.
Yeah, yeah.
I ate that shit, tasted nothing.
Damn.
Shocked as fuck. But that shit burned my asshole after though. So that's
Oh yeah, no, I can believe that.
Came out the other day.
I can believe that.
Did you cry again when you gained the weight back?
Well,
that's hilarious.
hey, I gained that shit back in 2 days. I'm not even lying.
He was eating like Goku on Dragon Ball Z. He was just fucking eating that shit.
With an hyperbolic chamber.
I ate so fucking much. It was unreal.
Because it's a different appreciation. Now you like, oh yeah, I'm getting all this shit.
What's the first thing you ate when you had your taste fully back?
I had pizza.
That's good. Yeah, that's solid.
And I'm lactose. Choice. That shit was a disaster.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Delicious disaster.
Were your senses enhanced? Like, did the food taste extra? Like,
oh man, check. So when my taste came back, where I could kind of taste stuff, it was like maybe 50%. But I didn't know because I hadn't had taste in so long. So I went back to cooking immediately. So I went back to cooking Korean food. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna cook my lady some food. Whatever, your boy's out. Like I came out of prison.
I'm out here.
I'm out and shit. Right. I'm fucking like cooking up all this other shit. I'm cooking this Korean food and I serve it to her and I'm eating it. I'm like, this is really good. She bites into the food. She goes, this is salty as hell. I'm like, shit ain't fucking salty. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
So I'm eating the food. I'm like, it tastes perfectly fine. But it was only because my taste buds weren't back 100%.
Oh, okay.
And so I knew it was salty because like 10 minutes into me fucking dissing her taste buds, I started dehydrating. like my fucking mouth was dry as fuck. I'm like, yo, this shit is salty.
This is salty as fuck.
Yeah, but it was weird, man. Like I had lower back pain. That was weird. My hips and my back started tightening up. So for the first like 2-3 days, I couldn't sleep. I had to like pretzel myself into a weird position to fucking figure out like what wasn't gonna hurt.
Treat everybody so different.
Yeah.
Such a weird,
fucking prejudice ass fucking. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
Damn, man. Listen, we're glad you're here, man. Listen,
I'm alive.
You made it out, bro.
You made it out.
Hey, and I got the shot, dude. So that shit.
Yeah, I did too.
0 side effects.
0. I had some side effects for sure.
You got fucked up?
Not fucked up, but I was feeling out of it like a motherfucker.
Where he fucked up is he got the shot, and then we watched Mortal Kombat that day, and it wasn't that good of a movie. So he thought
I was moving all during the movie like, man, this shit fucking sucks.
Hey, I didn't mind Mortal Kombat because I went and watched the first one before it.
The original?
The original.
Oh, yeah.
From the 90s?
So, yeah.
If you watch it in comparison, it's way better.
No, for sure. Right? I mean, yeah.
Because I didn't expect shit from that film.
Right. From the
trailer
new
got me. I was like, okay, this trailer, because I didn't expect a Mortal Kombat movie.
Is that Liu Kang and shit?
That shit sounds scary.
You know what was so weird? When I went back to watch the first film, like Liu Kang doesn't look scary or menacing at all.
No.
He looks like somebody's Vietnamese auntie. Like
Dog.
he just like
He do got that long hair too. Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
Who's he gonna save?
That's
That shit was
funny.
so whack. This motherfucker gotta take a shit. What's going on?
Yeah,
You gonna turn the
I
AC
think he got a
on.
little hot.
Yeah, hot back here.
Who wrote the Midnight Club over
I
there?
did.
Oh, okay. So we can move to there.
Well, fuck it. He'll join in. Do y'all remember Midnight Club?
The game.
Playing Midnight
Oh,
Club.
yeah.
So, did you play that?
What the fuck is that?
It was a racing
He's like,
game.
I think
It was
it's
a
a club
car
for
racing
real.
game. It was on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was on
You
PlayStation.
never played that? Well, I just randomly seen it on Twitter the other day. I was like, I want to talk about
Nah,
it. 'Cause
Midnight
I used
Club
to
fire.
love that game. Like, it was so fire. And
Midnight
it was
Club
just a, It was
fire.
just a racing game. And that on PlayStation. You remember Midnight Club?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Grand Theft.
Maybe it was a-
Just you couldn't
maybe-
get out the car.
Is that like a discount Grand Theft Auto?
Look, that was Driver. Driver was like Grand Theft. You couldn't get out your
I used
car.
to
But
play it.
Midnight Club was just a
You
racing
said what?
game.
I used to play it.
You used to
It
play
was
Midnight
fire,
Club?
right?
But Midnight Club was like a free form. Like you could go anywhere in the city type of racing game.
Need for Speed copied that. They like did it
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Underground.
yeah.
Oh, so I know
That
this
shit
shit
was
was-
so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That was
So
like,
you never played Midnight Club though? Just Need for Speed?
I just never liked games.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
that
never
makes
played
sense.
video games?
My brother was super into games.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
I never really enjoyed games that much, but I enjoyed watching people play games. And I think the reason why was what I'm figuring out, because of pandemic, I figured out I have like a large amount of anxiety. So games give me anxiety because I don't know what the fuck the outcome's gonna be when I'm playing this shit. You know what I mean?
based on story or just you might die.
I might die, and that shit
Gotcha.
fucks
What
me
about
up.
sports? Like Madden or 2K, those
That's
type
the
of games.
worst.
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
you might lose the
Gotcha.
game.
But you're not dying, you're just gonna lose.
Still, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Like, there's too much uncertainty. So, like with,
Fucking
you know, like,
nerd.
But where there's uncertainty, David, anything is possible.
hey, no, this ain't no Kevin Garnett shit, dude. No, I don't believe in that shit.
Anything is possible.
That shit ruined his whole fucking NBA legacy, dude.
It was like after that, it went.
He's like,
He
bro,
let
you
it
didn't
all
have to
out
do
right
that.
there.
You didn't have to do
But
that.
life is uncertain and you turned out well.
Yeah, but I deal with crazy anxiety, man. Like I didn't realize that shit. I used to just there it is. After that, nobody respected him.
That was it.
Like I fucking figured out that all this shit that I used to deal with when I was younger, because pandemic did a couple of things. It put a mirror in front of a lot of people's
Oh yeah.
faces.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of people.
You can't distract yourself with your friends, drinks, partying, so you're just stuck with yourself.
Yep.
And so when I was a kid, my dad used to beat the shit out of me because I wouldn't do certain things that he thought a man was supposed to do. Like I couldn't order food from McDonald's. It would give me mad anxiety. Like he would be like, order your own food. And I'm like, I can't do this. And this is coming from a fat boy. Like, how can you be fat but you can't order food? Like,
Was it because there was too many choices? That was what?
I don't-
Or
it's
Was
just-
it more people?
You know what it is? You can't explain like what anxiety is. You think about the
Gotcha.
stupidest shit.
It's true though.
You kind of go into this whole like thought. Like I told the story on my podcast. Like this is fucking embarrassing, by the way. So when I first moved to LA, I signed up with Full Screen, right?
Yeah.
And you know it was George and that dude's song.
Yeah.
So when I met them at the time, nobody was signed to Full Screen. It was just me and this dude Adam Carolla, stand-up comedy, one of the biggest, whatever, right?
we were on our way.
Yeah.
Almost.
So they took us to this this hotel out in like Santa Monica or the West Side. I'm fresh out of Sacramento. I don't know how to behave in rich people situations, right? Like the first thing that I do when I roll up, this dude opens the door for me, and I'm like, "Bro, don't fucking open my door." I just opened it myself.
Don't fucking open my door.
You know, 'cause I'm like, I ain't no fucking bitch.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
And he's like, "Bro, I'm gonna lose my job. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm not even lying. I fucking get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And I go into the bathroom, and when you go into the bathroom, there's this dude standing there, and he's like handing out towels.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
bathroom attendant.
I'm like, the fuck are you doing here?
They made
man?"
me nervous too.
Well, I didn't know there was such thing as bathroom attendants.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, this dude is out here handing out towels. I'm like, yo, you fucking pervert. Get the fuck out of here. Right? And I'm like grabbing these disposable towels. Yo, this hotel, by the way, the towels, the disposable towels felt like real towels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
Yeah.
like, I shit you not, I grabbed like 6 of them and I stuffed them in my pocket.
I need to use these for later.
Yeah, so I grabbed them, I stuffed them in my pocket. This dude straight up told me, he goes, "You don't have to do that." I'm like, "You shut the fuck up." I grabbed some more, stuffed it in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I went down, and this is how stupid my anxiety is. This is how dumb it is when I look back at it. So I meet George, and he goes, "Hey, I got us a couple of things to eat." He goes, "I got us a charcuterie board." And let me tell you something. At that time, didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But you know what I said? I said, I love charcuterie. I was like, I eat it all the time. This is my favorite. I charcuterie yesterday. It was amazing. So I sat there, and then I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you eat this? My anxiety is going crazy right now because I don't want him to know.
Because it's just a plate of shit. It's a smorgasbord of
and
things going on.
And you just don't want people to know you don't know what's going on.
And you know what it is too? Like, I don't know if it's because I grew up around like black people. You don't want white people to know that you don't know white people shit.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I know white people shit. I know what the fuck that is, right? But I didn't want him to know that I didn't know white people shit. So I'm getting all nervous. He goes, oh, dig in. And I look at him like, you dig it. You know,
you go first.
Because I want to see how he builds his fucking shit. Because I don't know how to make this stuff.
You like, it's like you at Subway. You try to figure out.
Because I don't know how you're supposed to eat this stuff. He goes, no, you eat this. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, bitch, you fucking eat it first. Because I don't know how to deal with this shit. I'm freaking the fuck out. And it's not a big situation. It's just crackers and cheese.
Fucking
cheese. So choice is a lot for you.
Something like that. And so I said,
hilarious.
he's like, we're like doing this chicken game, right? And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And my fucking ghetto ass, I turned that shit into a Lunchable. Like, I got 2 crackers. I 6 inches high, bro, like this, right? And I'm just over here trying to eat that stuff. And I see this dude, he gets 1 cracker, puts like jam and a ham on it. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You fucking, and that shit ate me up inside.
You just feel like everybody saw you do that.
This motherfucker knows you're poor now. Like, I knew it. Oh, I was so fucking mad, dude.
And I feel you on that bathroom attendant stuff because you don't know. I don't need you to necessarily help me, but I also want to take your peppermints.
No, the pressure is tipping. It's like the pressure is tipping. If you see someone else washing their hands, you try to go around and wash yours real fast to get up out of there.
They be looking at you because he be like,
nah, because he's dealing with him. So if you get in there quick enough, you can get up out of there.
Some of them be quick. They be having. Where you going? Where you going?
No, I love to tell them no.
You just know.
Just no. And then
just
you see them like, oh. You always see that because they try to play the little like, but I need this, bro. And I'm like, nigga, you don't even work for this building. You ran in here and just started handing people towels, and now you expect tips.
That's a hustle.
It's definitely a hustle because I don't need you in here, man. Like it's a lot going on right now. Get out of here.
I was gonna ask you, did you ever get to the stem of it though?
Oh, yeah,
like where it stems from.
I just fucking do CBD now.
Gotcha.
I just fucking take a CBD thing and I just ignore it.
Yeah. But I feel them. I had that same for a long time. I had that same feel, especially when we first got out here. Because when we get agents and managers and shit, especially in Hollywood, the first thing they try to throw out all these names at you. And when they start throwing white people's names around that are supposed to be, I guess, in comedy or YouTubers, they're like, oh, Matt Shinnings is going to be doing it. You know about Matt Shinnings, right? Who the fuck is Matt Shinnings? I'll be like, yeah. And then they start, oh, you saw his last program on oh, yeah, that was good. Oh, you know that one joke about the, and then next day we meet Matt Shinnings. And I'm like, who the fuck is this?
I don't know who Matt Shinnings is.
I hate that. I hate the fact that I always go, yeah, I know him. I hate myself when I do that. Shit. When it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But it's just a natural, like when you're in conversation, it's kind of natural. They be like, yeah, so you remember so and so, and they be like, yeah, no, I remember. I don't know why. I don't know why. Instead of just saying, no, I don't watch him. Or no, I don't know who.
It's Hollywood.
You gotta
shit,
work
though.
on that.
They love name dropping. They love name dropping people that they feel that you should know because they're in the know of what Hollywood is. Right? So they'll say a director's name like Matt Shabogowski. It's like you know Peter Wickwakowicz.
Wickwakowicz. He did that last joint with that. Like,
his short film work. Amazing. Before he did the major stuff, his short film work was, and I just bullshit this stuff so well now. They don't even fucking know.
They don't know.
We both don't know. We're just saying shit together.
No, but you did good today though. Because I asked you, do you know Midnight Club? You said no.
Yeah, that's true.
He kept it real. He kept
comfortable.
He comfortable here.
He straight up no.
Around the whites, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. You know what it is? You think, and this is fucked up, but expressing to them that you know these things and relating to them is a way of a way to get to the bag somehow. You feel like if you don't somehow relate, sometimes it'll ruin the connection to the bag. And I think that's why a lot of times
it'll ruin your wire transfer.
You play those games or whatever. But honestly, the best times that like I actually genuinely fuck with some white people has been when I just kept it real.
Yeah.
That's when I found the best,
Yeah.
like, you know, cool people. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like you feel like they're gonna get into a room afterwards and be like, I love his artwork and I love everything he does, but he didn't know Matt Wishwash goes with
I can't believe he didn't know Matt
Let's flip it on him. Do you know Wacotron? You look at their face. You know Wacotron.
Right.
Look at their face. They go like,
I made Ghostface Killer yesterday. You know
You know him?
Oh, I love Ghostface. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite game. I love it.
Oh,
Make
that
them feel
bear scene in
uncomfortable.
Ghostface.
It do sound like a first person shooter game. Ghostface Killer.
The only thing that gives me anxiety though is time.
Yeah,
like
I
I
mean,
hate
yeah.
being late. Like I'm very time conscious. So say we come do your podcast, I'm gonna be on time. And if I'm starting to be late, I may have to call you like, hey, something happened, it's an accident, because I was gonna be on time.
You know, this is the first time I showed up on time in a whole 2 years. Like I'm not even.
You always show up on top for us.
Yeah, you do.
man.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
be
know.
on
I don't
time.
know
You-
if you
You
know
a
people, but
guy.
you
I'm not
always-
worried. Like when I told you yesterday, I don't even have to check in with him today.
He gonna be
if
there.
you was a girl, I would have
Yeah,
called.
yeah,
Hey,
that's
just
a different
reminder.
story.
Everything good.
There's nothing that gives men more anxiety than you planning a date or something with a girl, and then the day of the date, you hear your phone go off. You be like, she about to cancel.
Ain't no reason she should be hitting me right now. Like you hit me an hour before.
She about to cancel.
Is it like that with you with the like girls and you know in your on your podcast and stuff? I saw you had one with the chick from OnlyFans.
You know what
Did
it
she
is,
show
man?
up early?
She did.
She did? All right.
it's-
Okay.
Or did she come late?
Oh. You know, she don't even fucking show titty or nothing, bro. It's just feet.
Oh, yeah, that idea.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
foot
yeah.
fetish,
Hey,
man.
hey, let me tell you something, man. We ain't doing it right. Yo, this
We
girl-
ain't. No, I.
We not doing it
If
the
I
way-
showed you what she rolled up in, I wanted to kill myself.
I believe it.
And then she was like, "Hey, I was a big fan of you when I was a kid." I'm like, "You what? Look at how you're living, dude.
Yeah.
Look at your feet.
All you got, she spreads her toes. That's what she does. That's
That
it.
shit is crazy though. They be getting bank. They be getting bank.
Have y'all thought about opening up your OnlyFans?
And show
Yeah, we
what,
talked about
though?
it on here.
You guys gonna do it?
Yeah, well, no, we talked about what would we really show except like jack off sessions or something like with comedy in the middle.
I don't know. Can you show like side dick?
Like that's what we said. Side
With
dick.
balls, like bottom
Yeah,
balls.
we said we could do some
wrong?
balls, maybe put some characters on both testicles and play with them.
You can only get a piece of it.
Show
Like,
them
you
when
can
I'm-
only get head or shaft or balls. Like you can only
Show
see
them when I'm
segments of
manscaping.
this
Like what you don't want.
Yeah.
And promote manscape at the same time.
Make a little acting scene, Shyla Nut or something like that.
It could be like an ASMR, shaving your
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, ASMR ball shave. This podcast is sponsored by Manscaped.
There we go.
It is.
There you go. See, that's how it works out.
First OnlyFans is featuring David. So we starting off.
You gonna be mad disappointed.
Well, since we on it, hey man, make sure y'all get your Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Listen, if you want to do your ball OnlyFans and you do your ball ASMR, this is the perfect time to use Lawnmower 4.0, man. Listen, it's got everything you need. You got your ball trimmer, you got your ball deodorant, you got the whole package, so you can rub the lotion in your hand and then rub it on your pubes, and it might sound like a little greased up forest or something. Come on, get your lawnmower.
Greased up
Lawnmower 4.0. Make sure you use code DT. We're not sure what type of hair you got. Even if you got coarse hair, like the African Americans most of the time, I don't know if you got
Like
straight
the
edge.
African-American.
Like,
My shit's straight as fuck. You can put a rat tail comb through it super easy.
oh yeah, if you got that David pube, you gonna go right through that thing. It's gonna be good to go, man.
One
So
swipe.
one side, it's all gone.
Do you need a kit? We have plenty.
We
here.
got plenty of
This
kits. You know what I'm saying?
I would love it.
Come on, listen. We giving
let's
out
go.
kits
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
we're giving out
We
kits,
giving out
y'all.
kits for your dicks out here, man. Lawnmower 4.0. Use code DT. Get you some of that. All right, cool.
Real quick, can I shout out some people?
Yeah.
The Comedy Trap House podcast, the CTH podcast, Cash App. Some people donated. Want to show some appreciation. Almost Ogala, Jake from State Farm.
Okay.
It's good to see he's on
Jake
there.
from State Farm. Thank you, dog.
Xavier Lowe, Zachary Bolds, Danielle Denise. Danielle's our homegirl.
What up, Danielle?
Danielle.
Y'all go follow her online. She got
I've been on her podcast. Go to her podcast.
she got ass and titties out, so go
She
send us
has an
some dick pics.
OnlyFans. Follow
She
her
does, yeah, she has OnlyFans.
Send us
Yeah.
some dick pics. Short love. Sherman Elliott and my man, just Rick. Appreciate
My
your
man
love,
said,
bro.
"Hey, on, just Rick."
Your friend signed up to your guys' Patreon or something?
No, donated. That's for our
Cash
Cash
App.
App because we gotta pay our Mexicans here that are working.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta make sure we follow
Can
the
I
law.
can I say something though?
That's fun.
I didn't always.
Labor laws.
Before you, there was a wand here.
Wand gone.
Wand gone.
Oh shit.
One of the things that I've noticed a lot is that Danielle. Well, she got two first names.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume her ethnicity.
Yeah.
Is she black?
Yes.
That's her middle. Denise is her middle name. Danielle's her first name.
Okay, so
So,
that's
Gotcha.
her alias.
yeah.
So black people support black people really well. Like when they fuck with somebody, they put their money where their fucking mouth is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That is something that a lot of people don't do.
Especially over the pandemic. It was a big boost over the pandemic with like small black business and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like
too.
I think like that's what I noticed a lot, right? Because I'm not talking about fans, but I'm talking about personal friends. Like they go, oh, you got something? I'm gonna make sure everybody knows who you fucking
Gotcha.
are. And I don't think I see that a lot in the Asian community. I don't know what that's about.
Let me flip that because me and Rome always saying Asians support each other.
That's what I be feeling
when
like.
I look at from the outside looking in. When I look at, I'm just talking about, or at least entertainment.
Yeah.
All y'all know each other. And when I see y'all interact, it looks like it's all love. And like y'all all come together to do projects. I'm like, they be supporting.
Ever since what's that channel back in the day?
Oh,
They had all-
did we do a video with them?
Yeah, we did.
What was that?
I think
Fuck,
you,
I forgot
you
that
did
channel.
some videos with them too.
It was like a.
They blew up early on.
I can't even-
YouTube.
I can't
It
even
was like
remember.
a big company
I can't even
full of
remember.
Asian people.
88 Rising?
No,
Nah.
that's new shit. It's like
It was something old, but yeah, go ahead though.
yeah, but like I think like when we see each other, we're very friendly or whatever. But in terms of like reposting people's stuff, like showing people, like talking about them on other platforms and stuff, I don't see it as much, right? I don't know if that's because we're shy or some shit, but like I've noticed that a lot more recently. So I started bringing on guests who I like, who are Asian American that people don't know. Because I
Gotcha.
watch this shit all the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for some reason, I don't shout them out. I'm like, how come I don't do this? Right? So I'm like, I always
I
tell
gotta do
them,
better.
like I tell them face to face, like,
Yeah.
yo, I hope you make it big, and if I gotta help you, let me know. And then I go home and I don't do shit. I'm like, what kind of fucking trash behavior is this stuff? You know?
Maybe all you have anxiety.
Maybe
It's
Never
anxiety.
talking like this is why we don't come together.
It's
If
an
we
Asian
cure
trait.
this, we'll take over.
But that's dope. It's kind of cool to see like somebody you personally know doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's really
it's
dope.
amazing.
Really
Yeah.
dope.
I think it's about what you put out because all my personal friends, like I supported her. Her OnlyFans, I tweeted the link out and everything.
I was like, I've been watching the jacking off.
I didn't subscribe, but I supported it,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Well, let me ask you
what you
this,
put out.
coming off of that topic because of the Asian community. So there was a big thing in the black community where we didn't talk about this a couple weeks ago, but a bunch of black women wore their bonnets to an airport. Okay, this was a big thing because people were, there's a stereotype that it doesn't look good, it's trashy, it might be, you're supposed to wear that at
Yeah.
home as pajamas, basically, for your head. And people were going back and forth about it. But what is it in Asian or Korean culture that would be the Korean bonnet? What is the equivalent to that? Do you guys have
Korean
something that
bonnet.
like, hey, it's not good to wear that out, or this doesn't look good in public, only amongst us type of thing? Is there anything like that for y'all?
I mean, I don't think Asian people have, because it's a very like demure culture, right? Like you kind of keep to yourselves, you kind of like hustle on the low, and then you do like we're not very expressive in that type of way. Or I feel for like most Korean people, right? Like you always want to be presentable based on like societal standards. Like for example, like when I went to South Korea, I was at the airport, I was in flip-flops, shorts, and a shirt. People thought I was homeless. Like they were literally looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? And why would you walk out in public like that? You need to learn how to be presentable.
Gotcha.
Because like even when they go to on a fucking 12-hour flight,
Yeah.
they look nice. Like they're not comfortable. They're not in
Suited and booted.
flip-flops.
Yeah.
They're not in any of that shit.
You know what? Now I think about it, I don't think I've seen
So if you had
too many
on,
comfortable.
say you had on shoes like you have now, would it be acceptable or no?
It would be
Still.
more acceptable than what I was wearing. Like
Gotcha.
because I dress like shit. Like after I got a fiance, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't fuck-
You
Like who you
won.
trying
That's
for? Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fucking put the stick in me. I'm fucking done. Put the stick in me. Like, I'm fucking good. So like I don't think there's anything equivalent to that, right? It's just like I feel like Asian people don't want to cause like too much trouble, which is why we talk about the whole Asian attack thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't report stuff to the police because they don't want to cause any trouble. They don't want to be a nuisance. So I don't think there is that equivalent.
But is there a section? So there's no section of, let's say, Koreans that are maybe not even from America necessarily, but in Korea that it's like their version of ghetto. Like they're kind of ghetto. Those Koreans.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of Asian ghetto, right? Like you see a bunch of articles like this. So during this time, and people can correct me if I'm wrong out there. I don't want to miseducate people, but there were, and this is personal information that I got from people from mainland China, right? So there are these people who were allotting a lot. They have a lot of land, like villages that have a lot of land, and the government would buy their land, and all of a sudden, these people who live in villages were millionaires overnight because they would sell this land, and they would all come up, and they're sending their kids or whatever to the States or other parts. And there were video articles of people just shitting in the middle of the floor because that's how they did in the village. Right.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
People were shitting in malls and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a video that had me dying laughing. Yo, this lady had her kid shit in the plane. She's laid out a newspaper on the seat and said, "Here you go."
That's wild.
Come on, man.
So, in everybody else's perspective, they're like looking at these people like these guys are fucking animals. So it's not even that. It's just this is how they lived. Yeah. They literally became rich overnight. Their standard of what they were doing before is just different. And so people have to explain to them. Like people, and it's not like, here's the funny shit too, right? When people look at that, it's not like the other people on the plane were like, of course. No, they were like, yo, the fuck are you doing? Like, so everybody in the airplane's like, the fuck are you doing? But, people have this odd perception when they see that, they go, oh, all these Asian people. It's like, no, it's just them.
Yeah. And I've seen that whole bonnet thing, but I'm like, you in the airport. I wear my do-rag in the airport. That's my bonnet. That's my male bonnet. My do on.
Okay.
Like,
do you think that's presentable? Like, do you think for yourself? But do you think like our culture accepts it?
I think it's a generation thing because my parents wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, maybe
they're gonna look
parents,
at it like, nah. They never like me wear do rag out the house or anything. But our generation, we grew up.
Yeah,
with that,
you get comments on your do rag. And they go, "Oh, that's a nice silky do rag you got on." I appreciate it. True. You know what I'm saying? So but if I see a group of black women in the airport with their bonds, I'm like, it's the air. Like a lot of times, I'm either traveling early morning anyway, so I'm like, people be in pajamas, they be in flip flop. I don't give a fuck.
But people don't know about black people hair though.
That's true,
they don't
that's also true.
The work that goes into that.
Yeah,
that's the conversations you could have with somebody, and them even something small like this. Can I touch your hair?
Yeah.
Like, bro, can I touch your fucking hair? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying right now?
Can I kick you in the dick?
Well, and the weird thing is like my fiance, she never grew up with black people at all. So it's
where she grew up?
She grew up in Diamond Bar, all Chinese, all Korean, all white. That's it.
Wow.
Right? So when she met my friend, she looked at him and she's like, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" And I looked at her like, "The fuck?" I was like, "You ain't fucking no, you can't touch his hair." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "Can he run his fingers through your hair?" She goes, "Oh."
You're right.
I was like, exactly. But it's just this idea, like people don't understand. Like, here's what I love too. This is the funniest shit. Have you guys watched How to Get Away with Murder? With Viola Davis?
Yeah. Well, not me. Not fully, but I've watched some episodes.
So one of the things that I really liked about the show, which I didn't know was a big deal, like in articles, because I just started watching the show, was when Viola Davis, after she was done being a lawyer and she was at home, she took her wig off. She didn't have a wig on, and that's how it normally is. They don't like black women don't have their hair like that 24/7. And other people who don't know that these are hair pieces, they think that their hair's how did you get your hair like that? It's a fucking wig, bitch. But that was the cool thing about that show. They like Viola Davis, whether it was her input or not, she got the show like, yo, this is me without makeup when I'm at home. This is what my hair is.
Well, isn't it a Shonda Rhimes show? Right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's a black woman.
I don't know if it is
that one.
Viola Davis is the star.
Well, I was saying the creator of it.
Could be. I'm not sure.
And watching it with some other people, they're like, "Oh, that like her hair's back to like how come her hair's like?" It's like because that was a wig,
right.
And then every episode, like she would have a different hair because it was a different wig.
Yeah.
And in the very last episode, when she was going up to court and she was going to present who she was because she got into some shit, she had her wigs lined up. She goes, "Am I going to wear my wig, or are people going to see who I really am?" And she had just her natural hair. People don't know that shit. They're just like, "Oh, they just have a different hairstyle. It takes time to do that hair." It's like, nah, they bought it. It's a wig. This is what it is.
Yeah. So it's like the bonnet protects. You got to protect the head. You got to protect your wig, man. You got to keep shit tight. So, but it's just interesting.
There's a bunch of Chinese moving to Africa, and in like 20 years, there's a bunch.
Why?
Because they want to take over Africa, pretty much.
They
launching like Chinese and like Nigerian satellites. What? Chinese Nigerians.
Fucking the two loudest talking cultures in one area, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you see those?
Guys, you ever feel stretched out like a rug? You could literally see stuff hitting the ceiling while your life is just collapsed to the ground. You really got to take some time for yourself. It's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what do you need. But when you spend all of your time giving, it can leave us feeling stretched thin and burnt out. Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. Whether or not you ever thought about therapy, there are so many benefits to it. It's helpful learning about positive coping skills and how to set boundaries and all these things that empower us and make us stronger to navigate life. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/traphouse today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/traphouse. Getting in an accident sucks. And my heart goes out to people that have to suffer through that. I remember one time seeing one car smash into another parked car and then peel off. What are those people going to do now? Well, maybe they can take a look at Morgan & Morgan. If you have ever been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. With over $15 billion recovered for clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting a claim with Morgan & Morgan is more like ordering takeout than hiring a lawyer. With Morgan & Morgan, you can submit a claim without even having to leave your couch. Listen up, guys. If you've ever been injured, you could check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/trap or dial #law. That's #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/trap or #law. That's #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
Fight online because a lot of the Chinese they're putting money into Africa, a lot of African countries, and they're building up their infrastructure. But a lot of them are sending their their contractors to work with African workers, right? And they're not getting along. It's like there's a big thing like brewing on social media. And a video drop. Look this up, Mike. I don't know if you could pull it up, but there's a video of this African dude and this Chinese man yelling at and they start busting out fight. You saw it?
Bro, I didn't see that, but I gotta watch that.
That sounds funny.
This African man drop kicked him. I was like, and the Chinese man was yelling, he was saying, "I'll fucking kill you." And then the Chinese man ran and grabbed a pole and was chasing the African guy around. It was a lot.
I gotta move to Africa, bro. This is too much material. This is amazing.
You can write a whole script over here.
And both of them were trying to curse at each other in English.
Exactly.
Like, it's the worst thing ever, dude. If you see like an Asian person who doesn't speak English try to curse, it's the funniest thing ever. It's it's crazy because they still don't understand what words mean. So when they just say a bunch of random curse words, like so when I was in Sacramento, there was this time. Oh man, is that the video?
Oh yeah. Look at this.
Oh,
he kicked.
Oh,
look at him.
He going to
around.
He said,
"Leave him. He's on record. Hey."
Bro, he tried to spear him.
Yeah, he tried to spear him.
Leave him.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hey, not to be hella racial, but this is the funniest fucking video I've ever seen.
I was laughing at this for like an hour yesterday.
That's all I've seen. I've never seen like the full thing.
This is so funny.
It's so
funny.
You know why it's fucking funny? It's because the African dude kung fu kicked him, but the Asian dude African speared him. Bro, that's the most funniest racial coincidence I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's real. That's
Oh my God, man.
I'm gonna show you.
Yes.
I'll show you how to do this kung fu shit.
Because at the end of the day, we all watch kung fu movies.
He said, "I'm gonna show you what I learned since I moved here. He said, I'm gonna show you what I learned since you moved in.
He jumped and said, Kung
That's funny.
That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
dude.
What is an African trying to speak Chinese? Sounds like
that sounds crazy,
like
man.
Mandarin?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
that'd
gonna
be
happen.
crazy.
That
You're
sounds
gonna hear a
crazy.
mix of both when they start having kids with each other.
But let me tell you, they are gonna have some of the baddest bitches coming out of Africa. 2050, I'm
yeah,
telling
2050
the
is
baddest,
gonna be crazy.
half Asian, half black girls just everywhere. in Africa.
It's funny. Every country has like their different Asians. Like I'm Bahamian, so I was just in Bahamas, and I didn't even know this. My cousin took me to this park, and there was all these Filipinos
Yeah.
playing basketball. And I'm talking about
That should sound
balling.
funny.
I'm like,
But you
I'm
know,
just looking at it. I'm not like they can't play
Yeah,
basketball, but I'm like, he like, yeah, there's a huge population here. I like, but I never seen them when I go to the
That's
island.
funny.
but you know, like Filipino people are like our black Asians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, like in terms
Yeah.
of like everything that they like.
They the
it's-
hood rats. I've hung out with some Filipinos.
They were
Women,
playing
they
on
be
that
turning
court.
up.
They were doing that, then some were just doing like some stretching. I don't know what they were doing, but I didn't know that. He said all of them come there to take the nursing positions because everyone in Bahamas try to go to the U.S.
Of course, they're going to be
So
nurses.
for,
Filipino
he said
people.
for them,
that's
he have a
hilarious.
friend. He said we come because this is a better life for us. I was like, oh,
Could
Hey.
you guys move to another country and just start a new life?
depends where.
I think so. Yeah.
India.
I think only
India.
because my parents in the military, so I feel like I could do that because I've been doing.
Oh,
it.
you mean like really? Can we do it, or are we willing to do it?
Or can you do it?
And I think I could
It
do it.
depends what country. I would love to live out of the country for a little bit.
Baghdad, let's go.
Slow down, David.
I want to go to Israel right now.
Right now, during these hard times.
I can't wait to go to Tel Aviv when I can.
yeah.
Just been demonetized.
But I do want to live like in Bahamas 2 months or 3 months out the year when I can. You know, when I had to have a house out there.
I think island life is a little easier to do.
It's all, I can't picture I look at my parents who just moved. They moved to this country. They didn't know the language, and they somehow figured this shit out.
Yeah.
I know the language, and I still haven't figured shit out
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It blows my mind how
Yeah.
the fuck they did
Yeah,
this.
man, real talk.
That
Because
is tough.
my mom's, you know, I'm half Ethiopian, so my mom came here.
Snobby,
when
I
she
could
was
tell,
like,
dude. That's
yeah,
snobby ass Ethiopian. Y'all think it's so much better.
Hey, we come here with gold and foreheads.
Nobody
bro.
enslaved us. You guys don't- you guys say shit.
Did they have how many siblings do you have?
I have one brother.
Did they have him before they moved, or is all
We're all immigrants.
okay?
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like just for that better life, you gonna figure it out. Like if this is better, I'm gonna figure
But
it
what
out.
David's saying, he not going nowhere else to figure shit out.
Absolutely.
Your kids gonna have to suffer. Y'all gonna suffer. He ain't moving.
Bro, I got anxiety. I ain't going nowhere.
Where I can't speak the language? Oh
Yeah.
no, that's gonna be tough
I know
for you.
myself.
So do you like to
That's
travel?
hilarious.
Do you like to travel, or
See, I love traveling though. Like it's
Yeah.
weird because I deal with anxiety, but I also sometimes need to be in a place where I'm not comfortable because it gives me good perspective.
Gotcha.
Right. So like I figured out early, like traveling wasn't an option for me. Like you broke. Like who the fuck
Yeah,
travels?
yeah.
You know, like you go to like I don't know, like in California, you go to Yosemite or the desert
Yeah,
or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, but going outside and traveling was something that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it showed like number one, like life isn't that bad. You know, as a church kid too, like you go to these Mexico mission trips and you see these kids and how they live, and then you kind of have this perspective on your life. When I was a youth pastor, right, I remember we took.
That's still funny. It's always funny every time you say it.
The matter of factness of him saying that, you know, is just so funny.
When I was a fucking youth pastor, we took these kids, and I was a youth pastor in the area, and these kids were pretty well off, right? And you could tell that they're well off because there's like certain stages when you go on missionary trips, right? When you go on these mission trips, Japan is the last place that you go, right? But like there's like baby steps. It'll be to like Arizona where there's these Native American areas that you're gonna help fix up and donate your time to. Then you go to Mexico, Tijuana. So I took these kids to Arizona, and these bitches were fucking soft as fuck, man. They just crying like, "Oh my god, I can't believe people live like this. This is Arizona, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, I hated these kids, man. Oh my god, they were. I was this close not to. I was gonna leave my faith because of these kids. Like these kids would complain, but they didn't have perspective outside of what they lived. They needed that shit. Like doing stuff for other people without expecting something in return was a foreign thought to them. They just didn't understand because everything was given to them. And I was trying to tell these kids, like, bro, this is nothing. We're just rebuilding a home for these people.
Yeah.
That's it. If I took you to Tijuana in Mexico, dude, there was a moment I remember I cried because this kid, I was scared because there's a bunch of stray dogs everywhere. And I'm like, rabies, you know, and I'm like fucking trying to dodge these dogs. And this kid literally grabbed my hand. He goes, what are you scared of when God is there to protect you? And I went, balls, bro. I was like,
that'll get you.
Not shit.
Yeah.
You know, these kids, it's not all kids, but like when you're very rich and affluent and you have nothing to worry about except for, I don't know what the fuck you're going to eat tomorrow because you don't know what your parents are going to buy you.
Yeah.
It's a different world out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Or if you got shit on the floor of a plane.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you made a scripted show about you being a youth pastor, that would be one of the funniest things.
That'd be pretty funny.
Because it's such a juxtaposition. So you a youth pastor and you that I know and love, that just don't mesh. It'll be hilarious.
I'm currently writing. So not only was I a youth pastor, the Korean American church experience is the weirdest fucking thing ever. Like it's fucking full blown retarded.
Gotcha.
Like that's what it is. And I talk
Gotcha.
about all these stories on my podcast, and I don't realize how ridiculous they are until I start telling them because I'm in it. Like there's like everybody has church scandals, right? Because and the funny thing is about like Christianity, no matter what culture or race you in, we have similar church scandals.
Yeah.
Like there's always the fucking random pianist girl that's running away with the pastor. I don't know why the fuck that always happens in every fucking church, right? There's like I'll tell you guys.
Except for Catholic Church, is a boy pianist.
Yeah.
Well,
or a boy pianist.
Just a fucking priest praying over the fucking boy only touching his shoulders. It's like everybody else need to be blessed.
That's just funny.
What denomination was your church?
So I grew up in a Presbyterian church, and then we went non-denomination after my dad opened up his own church.
Got you.
Yeah, because I guess my dad didn't like the hierarchy. Because there's like weird hierarchies in churches, right? Like when you're in, whether you're Baptist or Presbyterian, like in ours we have elders. They decide it's literally politics inside a church about who gets to say what, how much people get paid,
which is crazy,
and it's nuts, right? And so like let me tell you this. So we used to have these retreats, of course, right? We go on these retreats and then we start praying together. We do all this other shit. Well, guess what? People who go to retreats are also scumbags. So people be fucking. So
people be fucking.
You know, they be fucking in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, and there's these guys, we call them church oppas. Oppas means like, it's what a younger girl calls an older guy. Oppa.
Okay.
So these church oppas. So what they do, they prey on these young women. Where they pray for them, they go, "Oh, I can see that you're hurt and blah 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 blah. You know, I'll be your shoulder to cry on because I'm trying to fuck. You know, but they're not. But
my shoulder got a dick on it. So
just open your mouth and pray. So they would, and I used to hate these scumbags, but they would be at these church retreats all the fucking time. Well, there was this one dude I specifically remember because I hate his fucking guts. Still hate him. I'll slap you. This dude,
I'll slap you.
This motherfucker, dude. So. There was another girl that was there, and she was, you know, he was being the church oppa, praying for her, whatever, putting her hands on her shoulders and her titties, whatever. And he fucks her at the retreat. Well, guess what? The leaders found out, and word was going around the church. And so my dad had to step in because he was one of the elders, and he took his parents aside. He goes, "Hey, something is happening right now with the church, and your son basically had sex with this girl at the retreat, and she's underage, and he's like 19, 20. She was 16.
That's some
scumbag shit, right?
Yeah.
And so their parents, of course, in their response was like, "Fuck you" to my dad. He was like, "My son would never do that." And it was like this whole thing at the church. So he said, so my dad got sick of it. He goes, "You know what? I'm done with this church. Like, I took you aside to help you out so you could talk to your kid before it gets to the other elders."
Yeah.
He starts going on this tirade saying like blah, 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 like this is not my son. They eventually leave the church because it was true. He fucked this 16-year-old girl. There's some crazy shit that happens.
That's
in this
crazy.
church.
Man.
Like
that's crazy.
I just got one question. While he was hitting it from the back, where he's saying, "Call me Oppa." Call me Oppa.
But he wasn't an elder though, so
he was just one of the church leaders, like the church oppas. There's all these weird demon possession stories at the church that we had.
Did y'all speak in tongues?
Bro, let me tell you something.
What is Korean tongues?
My fucking fiance is the funniest person ever, bro. I call her my sitcom wife. So her mom is hyper religious, right? Like she believes in the Lord to the max. Every time she sees me, she goes, "In the blood of Jesus," in a Korean accent.
So she ain't gonna like the dances I'm doing at the reception.
Absolutely not. She's not invited. In the blood of Jesus. Every time she sees me, she says the same thing. She goes, "You have a lot of anger in the blood of Jesus." And she puts her hand on my fucking head and prays for me, right? Because she thinks I'm a sinner. It's very true. So
So she don't know your youth pastor.
She doesn't know that.
That's
So her fucking, my fiance is so fucking funny, and her mom is so convicted by the Holy Spirit. One day she looked at her daughter, my fiance, and says, "You could speak in tongue. I know you can." And then she's like, "Nah, I can't." And then her mom, she goes, "I know, like God has anointed you. He has blessed you. You can speak in tongue." And then her mom, in the most, this is what I'm saying, like Korean, like culture and shit mixes. She goes, "If you speak in tongue, I'll give you $100." Bro, as if that's how God anoints you, right? And so, like, my fiance
this blessing.
looks at her mom and goes, like,
Now here's your $100.
She starts breaking. She starts faking the funk with her eye open and shit. Just how about that? And then she gives her $100. So anytime she wanted money, she would just pretend like she's praying in tongues.
That is so
every time you tell your stories, I know your background, like how you say your parents, what they used to have to work, like. You gotta have a show. Because first, there's gonna be a lot of people that can relate to your story, but there's gonna be a lot of people that don't know the Korean culture like that and be hilarious. To all of this.
Hilarious.
The funniest shit.
It's weird, man.
His whole life is funny.
There was only two options: either comic or serial killer. I didn't have much.
You had much wiggle room.
It was like even like that whole experience, right? Because I feel like the biggest difference and the reason why my life was so fun was because my father was a pastor and how he viewed people. There's a lot of like Asian Americans at that time back in the day that didn't get along with black, like the black community. But because my father was a pastor, he just saw people for people. So it allowed us to be a part of this community that was really fun. So like I got to experience like the best sides of both cultures, right? Like so that's my perspective is so different. Like I got to kind of enjoy everything. Like even like something stupid, like I would tell these stories and you don't realize how involved you are into a culture until you start telling these personal stories. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you know, every Friday and Saturday motherfuckers would bend the cardboard box and start shooting dice on it.
They're like, David, what?
Yeah, I'm like, hey yo, give me some of that tang real quick. I'm like, oh, so what do you call it? A Capri Sun or a Capri Sun?
Capri Sun.
It's a Capri Sun. You know, police or police. It's police. You know, and you don't know these things until like people start pointing it out.
Right.
You know, and
like, oh, why you say that? Like,
it's like that's how it's supposed to be said. Fucking white brown motherfucker. That's what it is, man.
And that's what makes it a great show.
Yeah. That's
like
it
would
would be the best, man. Like I really do want to create a show where, I mean, I just want it to be black and Asian people.
It'd be great.
It's such a funny, weird concept because of how similar the cultures are, but a lot of we can't see it.
Yeah.
Like we could just relate alone on how much our parents would beat our ass for no fucking reason. Like the fucking layaway ass whoopings. It's like that's the dumbest thing that would happen. Like, they would sock you in the face. It's like, yo, what's that for? I know you're gonna do some shit.
You remember the last whooping? Because I always remember my last whooping when I looked at my mom and said, it's done. It don't hurt. I looked back at her. She was beating me and I just looked at her and said, it's over.
It's over for you.
The day has come. It don't hurt no more.
Did you smile when you said that? Because that would have been.
That's that Thanos glove shit.
Because I was getting beat in my room, and it was with her hand too. She didn't have time to get in there. She was with her hand. I just looked. I said, "It's done." Never got a beating after that.
How old were you?
That is fantastic.
How old?
He was 17.
I think maybe 10, 11.
Damn, my last ass whooping 23, bro. I'm not even lying. 23 was my last whooping. It took me a while.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because they mentally fucked me for so long. Because my dad's like 5'4". And he just, you know, he would raise that fucking little 3-inch hand of his, and I'm like, But like my
Got
mom,
you.
because my mom was like the great equalizer in ass whoopings, because she would never hit me with her hand. She would find the object that would cause the most pain.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. This metal shoehorn, we still have it at the house. That shit is the shape. It's the shape of my head. Like it's like dented all over my. She would beat the living fucking shit out of me. And we talk about it till this day because I talk to my mom a lot. I'm like, hey, why would you hit me so hard? Like, you know, you could.
You didn't need to do that.
Like one was fine. The fucking 36 combo was the weird part.
The Street Fighter combo.
Yeah. So, no, I'll tell you this fucking funny story, man. Like, this used to be a part of like this old stand-up bit, but my brother at the time was my hero, right? Because he did this one moment where, and it only lasted for like 10 seconds, but my brother was in such defiance of my parents, and he was like a little asshole. But I was like maybe 8 or 9, and he was like 14 years old. He's sitting there, and there's this thing in Korean where they tell you "burokura," which means you get on your fucking knees. So when you ask for forgiveness, you're supposed to do it in the most humble way possible. You get on your knees. That's how it is in the Korean culture. Or maybe in my household. I can't speak for all Korean.
Yeah.
So he's on his knees, and he's like this, like military style. And then my mom says, "사과해," means apologize. He goes, "No." She goes, "Apologize." "No." She goes, "You're not going to apologize?" Walks away. I'm over here in the corner, just like, watching everything. Like, oh shit! You know, she's about to go down. You know, and I'm watching this. I'm like, yeah, you stand up to that bitch. Fuck yeah. You know, shit. I'm here just fucking. I got a bag of popcorn. I'm like,
yeah. You do that shit for us.
Yeah, it's for us. Damn.
He's your Captain America.
Yeah, and he's sitting there just gangster as fuck, right? And he's like, "No, I'm not going to apologize." My mom goes back. She has like this it's this broom that lost the head, so it's just a fucking stick. And she's like ready. She's G. She's like, "사과해, apologize." She goes, "No." Blah! Right in his thighs, right across from it. This fool doesn't budge. Like a fucking G. He goes, "No." She goes, "Yeah, let me tell you something after that. I've never seen it. You ever seen a stick move so fast? It's just one blur."
Where it's just like
it's just this one flash. It just looks like
them anime cartoons.
That's exactly. It was like that. It was 3 seconds, but it was 86 hits to the leg. And then my brother goes, "No." I'm like,
do that,
yeah.
No
But
tears, no nothing.
Let me tell you what happened after though. He looks at, she goes, "Fine, just go to your room." She gave up. This fool stood up, his legs gave out. He started crawling to the room with his forearms because he couldn't use his legs. He was like, "Ah!" I was like, "Oh, dog, you have my respect for 10 seconds."
Oh,
no, he still deserved it. He did it. He did it.
Because I know it goes quiet as soon as you hear that first hit, and then he don't move. No.
Yeah. I've never done that shit, dude. Like,
That's how it was. When I told her it's over, she just walked out. I was like, yeah, man.
Damn, that's crazy. My parents just loved whooping us, dude. I think it was their hobby. Like, did you guys ever have a good cop, bad cop?
My dad was more like, of course, that's who you got the fear. When she said, "I'm gonna tell your dad," like, "Oh my goodness, come on, man, I'm sorry." But he was like the more lenient one. My mom was more like the worry warrior, the more strict one. So I would say he was the good cop. Now, he would allow me to do more things.
My parents were like fucking WWE tag team. These motherfuckers got it
off the top rope.
They were getting tired and shit because he was sweating from beating my ass so much.
That's hilarious.
And then they would pass, because I remember I would specifically pray that I would get the belt versus the stick or anything else, because the belt was fine.
Yeah,
like I was cool with the
I could do the belt.
Yeah, the belt was whatever, dude. I just had to pretend. I would arch my back real quick just to show him it hurts.
That's how y'all become so good at stunts, goddamn.
I think I like even though mentally it was terrible. Like I'd rather have the later beating because I can prepare, put on more layers than a beating right on the spot.
So you rather be told in advance.
Yeah. And even though mentally you just worry, because she's like, when your dad get home, now you know what time he get home. You hear his key come in the door, you scared.
You
but
in the room,
at least I got layers on.
Right.
When it's just on the spot, it's what you got on. And I didn't wear no shirts. I was in Miami. I never had a shirt on. I was just always in boxers. Terrible.
I remember my granddad, me and my two cousins kept taking the cardboard box and sliding down the steps at my grandma's house.
The ultimate toy for kids.
And my grandma came around the corner and she was like, "You better stop before your granddad see you." Like, Grandma, shut this shit up, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We about to keep sliding. So we slid down this one time, and when we hit the bottom, my granddad was already right foot around the corner because I didn't know she went and told him. So he was right foot around the corner. So as soon as we hit the bottom, we seen him. It's my two cousins and then me. They were closer to him. So as soon as I seen him, soon as the cardboard hit the rug, my right foot hit the carpet and boom, around the corner. And he grabbed them and I...
Y'all know what, I don't know if y'all watch track. You know what triple jump is?
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen triple jump? Can you pull up triple jump right quick? I want to give him a reference, but this is how Chaz got good at triple jump. So my grandma, this is in Georgia, she would make us go get a twitch off the tree. So that's some mental shit too. So you going to get the weapon that you about to be beat with.
Why is it called a twitch? Is
Switch.
that what
Switch.
Oh,
Switch. Sometimes she would say twitch or switch. She would say both. So
but why is
Twitch
it
is a
like,
gaming system.
Yeah. So when I first saw it, when Twitch first came out, I thought about beating. Shit, I ain't never been on Twitch. I ain't never been. So I would go get the Switch, and I would try to get the smallest one or the one that I would smooth it out, so it wouldn't. I'm gonna show them what triple jump is right quick.
They look like Mike.
Mike Mendez on the run.
So you gotta do different skips before you jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
my knees.
She would hate us running in her house and everything. So she would have a switch and be hitting us on our ankles when me and our cousin run by, and that's how Chaz got good.
That's hilarious.
He started doing triple jump and it worked. I'm like, that's from all them beatings. Sometimes it works.
Boom! Watch out, Grandma.
As soon as you get hit, you start skipping and you run out. Bah.
Like, oh my God, that boy got a gift. But those whoopings really do teach you some shit.
They do.
When I was in junior high, I remember there was this dude. So I told the story a million times. I'm gonna shorten it up. I stabbed a kid when I was in 3rd grade, and so
Nice.
Stab a kid.
yeah, so I stabbed him in the face.
Fuck that kid.
Oh
with
damn.
with like a pencil.
Gotcha.
But when we met each other in junior high, because I got expelled from that elementary school, which I didn't know you could
Makes
get
sense.
expelled from elementary
Right.
school. Like, they're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You're
Fucking
gonna be in the
pencil.
prison system. And so they sent me to another elementary school because shit wasn't working out. And I went to, when we met up in junior high, this kid still remembered me, of course, because I stabbed him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Well, this guy decided one day that he was gonna jump me, right, with his homies. Now, I have been consistently getting my ass beat since I was like a fetus. So I've just been getting whoopings by adults.
Yeah.
And he tried to jump me at the bus stop. I remember he socked me in my face and it felt like a baby dap. And I'm like, bro, I just got hit with a bat yesterday. That does nothing. Like, literally, I remember the look in his face when he socked me and I just went, he was like, oh shit, this motherfucker hasn't changed.
Look, you know where you got that from, right? Your brother.
Look,
That was your moment.
David hit him with that bane. He said, "You was adapted by the dog. I was born in it.
I was
molded by it."
This dude ran into the bus, went all the way to the back, and started talking shit through like 5 people.
That's funny.
Because he didn't want to get his ass beat. He's like, yo, this motherfucker has seen shit.
That's on some Vegeta type shit. Right there. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he hits and find out nothing happened, it can't be. David Soul. It can't be.
It was like, dog, I stabbed you when I was 8. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do when I'm fucking 12, bro?
He has a pencil again.
I got a fucking mechanical pencil
This
now.
guy he was white, wasn't he?
No, he was a black boy.
Really?
Because our school was all black and Asian. That's it.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm about to say only a white man can drive you to stab him in the face.
This shit was a fucking
Put you up there,
accident. It was I didn't mean to stab him, though.
yeah.
It was like one of those things where they were throwing spitballs in class, right? And I wasn't that much of a troublemaker, but while the teacher's back was turned, somebody threw a fat spitball at his temples. But of course, I'm over here cracking up. So he looks at me, is like, "Oh, this motherfucker did it." But I'm just laughing my ass off because it's funny. And he shoves me out of my fucking seat, and I'm doing my homework and my math and shit. So I already had a pencil in my hand. And when you're a kid, you don't really throw fists. You throw hammer fists only. So I was throwing hammer fists at this motherfucker, and then a pencil stuck in his face. And I remember it pulled out. There was blood everywhere. The teacher starts screaming, and like it's mayhem. I just remember people were screaming and crying because there's blood coming out this kid's face. I'm holding the murder weapon. I'm fucking.
So this not a mechanical pencil.
No, this is like the number 2, the yellow, the Ticonderoga.
Oh yeah.
You know,
shit.
Stabbed him in the face. I had the murder weapon. I passed it off to a little white girl. I'm like, take this. Yo, hold this for me real quick.
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah, she's like, what's this? Don't worry, we're best friends. But after I did that, I remember like the vice principal comes in. And he's like asking me, what the hell's happening? He goes, what did you do? And I was like, I just pinched him. I swear to God. Even though there's a hole and a pencil in his face, you know?
That's funny.
That's fucking funny.
Before I want to talk about this lottery situation, David, you've hung around black people, so you should know how we do when we get money. So
squander it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of this money because we don't need it.
But this one was just terrible. As soon as I read it, I got it.
So basically, all right, Michigan man wins $30K in lottery, buys $20K gold chain, gets robbed. So basically, according to this Detroit.com website, the man said he won $30,000 playing the lottery, bought a $20,000 gold chain, then had his jewelry stolen at a gas station on Detroit's west side.
And he didn't have insurance on it, I bet.
You know he ain't got no insurance on that damn chain.
No, I just bought this baby cash.
And the thing about the dude that robbed him, they had footage of him robbing somebody else. Like, they go to this gas station to rob people. They scope people out and they rob them. So he was just at the counter and they snatched the chain. Yeah. No. He went outside. Went outside. When he got close to his car, they ran up and he tried to run back inside, and they beating him up right in the doorway, and then took his chain.
Took the chain. 20,000 gone. Out your 30,000 lottery.
That's crazy. Like,
it's like,
man,
it's like the circle of life. you get some money, you buy it. It gets taken from you.
What the fuck was he think was gonna happen? He lives there. He lives in Detroit.
You know this atmosphere. Like you've been here before.
You see, you know that feeling of when you just know you made a mistake. I remember this was a long time ago. This is, I guess we just got here or something. But Rome, and I think it was just me, you, and somebody else. We went to go get cash. We got a check. We got some cash. We all split it up. We all probably got a couple $100 a piece for this, right?
Split a stack.
We all have it in these envelopes. Rome says he needs to stop at the grocery store real quick. We go through the grocery store.
Yep.
We come out, and he says, have any of y'all seen?
Immediately panic. Because, we fresh in L.A. I got about $250 in my pocket. I'm like...
This man, the whole thing, I'm like, Rome, tell me you didn't just lose the goddamn money. And he's looking around. He's like, hold on. He goes back into the grocery store, starts going up and down the aisles. I'm like, man, that shit is gone, bro.
Got back to the apartment.
This man sat out on the balcony
for 20
minutes.
I was on the balcony. David, I'm on the balcony.
He's sitting in the chair, and I remember it being like a picture because the sun was setting, and I just see Rome sitting with his hand.
I'm on the balcony. The thoughts going through I'm on the balcony like, I want to fucking go home, dog. I don't want to be here no more.
He was about to give up on cash over like $300.
Hey, we gotta write a show together.
Oh my God, we would be dumb. That'd be hilarious.
I was so upset, dog. I'm like, why this so fucking stupid? Why losing shit? Why people want to steal money from other people, man? Come on, man.
I just remember him just gazing.
I went back in the room. I cried and shit. I mean, I'm mad.
But we ended up giving you money out of our money.
Yeah. But still, I was so fucking mad.
Giving you shit.
I don't think about it. It's too funny.
Balcony depression is the worst, bro. That's when you're thinking like, should I jump off too, or like, what the fuck I gotta do right now?
That feeling, though, I know exactly
trash.
What that. Oh my God,
that feeling is trash.
I had in pandemic, I got into biking.
Okay, yeah.
Because I fucked up my knee.
I think I saw that on you.
Because I couldn't kickbox because my knee got all fucked up. Like I tore my meniscus. So
during kickboxing.
Jiu-jitsu. So
I know what that feels. I've torn my meniscus too.
Bro, this shit hurts so bad. I had to get surgery, but I ain't trying to do that.
I've had the surgery. Do the physical therapy. Finish it, or you'll have problems.
So I just recently got like 80% of the motion back because I started doing physical therapy. Because before you just ignore that shit as a kid. You're like, that shit's for pussies, bro.
Yeah.
But it actually, you should stretch. But I got my fucking bike jacked. Like in the first month that I had it, I'm still looking for that bike till this day. It's been a year and a half.
Was that an expensive bike too?
It was. I mean, I got it for a bike. It's not that expensive, but it was like I got it for like $1,000. Okay, right? But $1,000 is a lot of money. I don't give a fuck
It's a lot of
what
money. It's a lot of money. But for a bike, you know,
that shit was brewing inside me forever, and I'm still pissed about it. I go on Facebook Marketplace till this day to find the motherfucker that stole it, because I'm gonna catch that dude.
Yeah.
Because it's a very specific bike, because it's an older bike.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
bright blue as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that motherfucker.
It's a wrap for him.
And I'm gonna break his legs, bro.
Bro, here's the funny thing. I've never had my bike stolen as a kid, but I had it stolen as an adult.
Exactly.
And it wasn't by me. It was, when I let him ride it, he got it stolen. My bike stolen.
Yep.
At
I got
7-Eleven.
I got 2 bikes stolen. My bike, and then I asked to borrow his. It got stolen.
Dude, wait. So when you like park the bike, do you just put a sign free, or like what was going on?
I might as
bro?
well have, because it was one day I just stopped. I was riding the bike. I stopped at 7-Eleven, pick up some water. I was being dumb. I just put the bike on the outside real quick. 'Cause I'm like, I could look at it. I could see it right there.
7-Eleven, bro. Come on.
I know, man.
7-Eleven.
Parked it right there. I come out. I just see some white couple pulling up in the car slow and hey, did you have a bike? Because some dude just took off that. I was like, fuck, man.
Then he calls me. He said, hey, man.
The worst call ever.
He called it. I know he probably was nervous. He like, hey, I'm not going to lie. Someone stole your bike. I bust out laughing. I said, it's the funniest shit to me. I'm a grown man, and my bike has just been stolen. Not even as a kid. I had plenty bikes as a kid, never stolen.
The worst thing about getting your bike stolen is that you can't bike back home.
You can't be you gotta
You
walk.
understand? You gotta walk. You gotta deal with this shit as you walk in. Like, how the fuck did I let this happen now?
Oh, yeah, I didn't go pick him up either. I let him walk. He had to walk.
And then you got it stolen at Rouse. It's almost like as if that guy seen him again, and he said, "This asshole really think I'm not gonna take this bike again."
I told the Rouse the people that work there, yo, can I leave this inside?
Yeah.
I want to put it right here in this corner. Nobody touch it. Shit got stolen.
Can I ask you something? But how come you just didn't get a bike lock from the first time?
I did eventually. God damn. David,
don't be logical, David.
You know black people win the lotto and buy 20.
You just hear the lotto story? What the fuck are you talking about right now? Well, because my shit got stolen in the stupidest way possible, because hey, you know, I'm not bad. I did the same thing. Hold on a second. Hey, never mind. Hey, so story over, right, guys?
You forgot your black roots.
I went inside that house. So we were at the apartment, and then I was gonna go bike. I put it against, so it's a driveway this way, and there's a brick wall. I left it on the brick wall to get a glass of water. I came back. And I'm over here judging the fuck out of this guy, and it literally happened.
It feels so secure because you just like, it'd be real quick.
Who the fuck is gonna steal a bike in 10 seconds?
Right.
Yo, I'm talking about
I feel like the time that it takes to notice the bike.
Because you ain't gonna do that if you didn't see the person.
Yeah,
you gotta know
see the
who bike
person.
it. Oh, I see him go inside. Okay, this is my opportunity. I can't steal a bike that. Where's this person at?
Yeah,
so they was watching,
bro.
Both of y'all.
But I thought I saw my bike, your bike, last week. Somewhere around here. I thought I saw it, but it's different. Like they kind of painted it and fucked it up a little bit. But I'm like, that's that nigga's bike. I was thinking about stealing that bike back. I'm not.
I was in Miami too. It was all white, and I had a nice seat on it. Yeah, it was nice.
I felt super bad because I was so determined to get that bike back. I started thinking of like crazy scenarios. I'm like, how much you want to bet it's one of my neighbors that stole that shit? And they're the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
It's like a 50-year-old Japanese woman.
Oh my god.
And I just started having conversations with her, and I'm like, hey, like, so did you see my bike? I'm like sweating her ass.
You like, hey, what type of like activities you do, like fitness wise? Like you.
I was like, yo, I like those bike shorts you got on. She goes, I don't have bike shorts. Yeah, I bet you do.
You saw it, just put it. So yeah, if you see it,
I just started gripping her shoulders. Hey,
that's funny.
I do want to bring this up, bro. Like, I gotta bring this up just because Rome, you're here, and we gotta talk about that fucking MTV show that we did.
Yo.
What happened?
Yo.
Maybe we talk about when we go on his podcast.
We go on his podcast. We might talk, but I know it.
It was the best show I've ever done.
I gotta hear.
Phenomenal. Real quick, also, I just want to say the Migos album came out. I listened to the album. It got a couple of cool joints, but the freestyle that they did, Cam showed me his freestyle that they did.
I saw on
LA Leakers.
Yeah, that was better than the album.
Fire. Yeah,
that was better than
I didn't even know there was an album out.
Yes,
but did y'all hear Soulja Boy's freestyle?
You talking about the Rick one?
Yeah.
That's just so fire to me for Soulja Boy. It's such a bop.
A new one?
Yeah,
I didn't know
Rick
he
and
could rap
Morty.
like that.
He was playing, I think he was
I'm
playing
playing
Rick and
for it.
Morty on Twitch.
Okay.
That shit was good.
And then he just started
Shit was
freestyle because Rick was like dancing on the Twitch.
Rick and Morty got a video game?
No,
I-
hold on. You about to go in for Soulja.
Ricky Morty walked in the club, it's just me and my shorty. Gripping on my 2 young, gripping on my 40. Shooting with that 3, yeah, you know I'm very sporty. Balling like a sport, dunking on the court. Got this badass bitch, yeah, she going to New York. Dropping off the top on a brand new Porsche. Brand new Porsche, yeah, the roof got divorced. Ricky Morty.
It was a nice little bop. It was a nice little bop. It was a nice little
Okay,
bop.
Soulja.
Yeah, but the Migos freestyle, I was like, oh, they rapping on here.
was in
Like,
their pocket.
I was like, I like this. I was like, this is better than the album right here. I still got to listen to the last 3 tracks, but it's kind of the same.
I didn't even know
stuff.
Migos was like 3 people for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because they all look exactly the same.
They rap exactly the same.
Like superheroes.
And one is the uncle, one is the nephew, and one is the cousin.
Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
a family business.
It's family.
Fucking Jackson 3 over here.
Jackson 3.
That shit's
I think Quavo is Takeoff's uncle.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Then,
Offset's the cousin.
Offset's the cousin.
That's funny.
Yeah.
These are actual people's names and shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Talking about,
Quavo,
like,
Takeoff.
superheroes and some shit.
Takeoff, Quavo, and the
So funny
cousin.
as
Did you hear
shit.
that fucking the J. Cole LA Leakers one though?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, that
yeah,
was
he
hard. That
was
was
going
hard.
in.
That shit was
That was hard.
crazy, man.
Who do you have a favorite musician out right now, or are you just kind of listening to
Right now, it's hard to say. But I haven't actually been listening to a lot of music
Gotcha.
lately.
Like
I'm
you
the
been doing
same
more
way, man.
podcasts?
Podcast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
listen to your guys' podcast,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the homies' podcasts, and like music has been on the sideburn for some reason.
Gotcha.
I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, well, but podcasts be good though. Shits be good.
I feel like that's
I
an
like
age
listening
thing.
to people talk more than I do music.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I just
we
rather
getting old,
listen
that's
to a
why.
podcast.
So we getting,
Yeah, man.
that's what it is. We just boil it
That's
down.
the 30s.
That-
The
Yeah,
mid
I guess
30s.
so.
I'm still listening to music.
Mike, ain't nobody asked you.
are you?
Turn your
I'm 28.
mic off.
28?
See, you're not following directions. We said Mike off for you. You said 28? When your birthday?
December.
Hey y'all, please get them donations in now because
because we're not getting them nothing. So we just gotta make sure we pay them.
But also, I seen this morning. This says Alabama. I don't want to be stereotypical here, but it starts off with Alabama. Alabama mother and daughter enjoy watching each other's sex tape. I want y'all to listen to them talk real quick. Just
I'm Rakia. I'm 26 years
Rakia.
old, and we live in Jacksonville, Alabama.
Oh, they black.
We do everything together. Yeah. I mean, everything. Watch a movie together. Cool. Together. Twerk. Go on. Go crazy. Show up. I couldn't imagine my life without my mom being in it. It would ruin me. I wouldn't know what to do, how to function. I've had people say that we're too close.
they feeding each
You
other.
have to spread it open a little.
She waxing
My
her.
mother and I have been waxing each other for quite some
I'll
time
be trying to have a
now.
threesome with them.
I showed her my first sex tape about 2 years ago.
That's the mom.
I showed her my first sex tape maybe a year ago. What kind of positions do you think I should do, or what do you think we should do? And
You know,
Oh my!
it's a little weird, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
Like
weird, but-
if before that, I would have been, oh, mom and dad should have. But
Yeah.
hearing it,
It's
something makes it feel uncomfortable.
It feel
about,
creepy.
You know, I don't
For
know.
them, yeah, but not for the guy
I mean,
entering.
Do they look good?
Yeah,
They look cute. They cute.
They
They
do.
cute. Yeah, they
You
cute.
want to have a threesome?
All right, I thought there was some big O's.
It ain't what you would think they was gonna look like.
It's not.
Oh,
Oh, let me see.
He got them old hands always. You know, when you hand him a phone, he accidentally press something
my
on.
bad, son. My bad.
Them
My
old
bad.
hands.
Fix the phone for me.
Yo, that is old hands, bro. That is old
Your parents shit, they always knock. What you be doing? You don't grab it by the screen. Them old hands.
Always is that.
Yeah, they.
Old ass hands.
That's the old ass head. Yo, that's the biggest sign of age right there. Motherfucker, pass the-
You think he got them old hands?
Oh.
Them shits look like melted Snickers bars. They just wipe across everything.
Just ashy and just hard as fuck.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
He got them old hands. It's like, yo, how'd you get into my iPhone notes? Yo, I showed you a picture. How'd you get into my fucking notes, bro? Oh, fuck, my side.
Oh my god.
And Emmanuel was so scared. He said, "Oh my bad."
Dog. Old ass hands for the win, dog.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's it, man.
That's funny. Yeah,
Hey, can I just read this title real quick, dog?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just the title to this. It says that NBC's Ultimate Slip and Slide halts production after explosive diarrhea outbreak on set.
Wait.
Just want to let y'all know that.
After explosive diarrhea.
Explosive diarrhea outbreak. About 100 people got shitty ass.
No, that's terrible.
Yo, this motherfucker gotta stop laughing.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, this shit, man.
Y'all gotta chill, man.
Somewhere they can find you, dude.
I'm not at oldashands.com.
Oldashands.com. Every time you go to it, you end up going to your notes app.
Oh my god. Yo, motherfucker, oh my god, me saying the N-word.
Oh man,
that's one of them healthy laughs.
I got
hey, bro.
AC. I'm hot now.
Yeah.
David sweating.
Sweating too, bro.
Oh man.
Hey, David, man, you the best, bro.
Yeah.
Always.
This has been
always,
phenomenal.
always.
Phenomenal.
Great podcast.
Yeah, just tell them where they can find you, bro. And
You can find me at the Genius Brain Podcast, David So Comedy, everything else.
Let's do it.
yeah, man. You guys will see David on here plenty more. He's always coming back. He's the guest is always coming back forever.
If you want him as a doctor one more time on our shit, please vote.
We
now.
gotta write a show together now.
Right.
It's done. Is it this your second or third time? I think this your third.
Maybe third time.
Yeah, I think it's your third time. I think it's your third time on here. Hey man, thank you once again for watching another episode of the Comedy Trap House. Remember, CTH Podcast is the Cash App.
Almost.
So, CTH Podcast.
You got that old tongue.
I got CTH Podcast.
That podcast.
CTH Podcast is the Cash App that you go to. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, man. David, once again, a pleasure, brother. Use your lawnmower for your slick hair.
If we start that OnlyFans, we'll let you know.
I'm gonna subscribe. I'll watch it.
All right, y'all. Until next week, peace.